Hello everyone and welcome now to game 2 in a series between TSL's Hyun and Tarra, Alien Invasion's Tarra here on Star Station. And if this map looks absolutely new to you, well, rest assured that it looks absolutely new to me. Now, Hyun spawning as the red Zerg on the bottom right-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Tarra spawning on the top right-hand side of the map as the green Protoss. Protoss versus Zerg once more, a number of Xel'Naga towers, and this could be a very, very interesting game here as we do have relatively close spawns. Now, taking a look, you do have a natural expansion and a fairly decent sized choke point here that could come in with a forge fast expansion. Now, your third base is a little bit more difficult to take as it is very exposed. Zerglings or any sort of units could run in here pretty easily. Depending on where your opponent has spawned, you may actually decide to take the center location instead. Even though it is on a low ground, you still know that you have some sort of choke point to work with, perhaps placing down pylons and then gateways in order to defend against any sort of attack from the high ground there, if you are the Protoss player. So far, we see 14/18, 13/18. This is Heart of the Swarm. As I get reacclimated, or I get acclimated to the new engine, the new units, and how everything looks. All the timings were significantly different in game 1 than I was used to. So the attacks, the harassment opportunities of one Oracle with maximum energy because of a mothership core really made a lot of a difference there, as we now see Tarra still scouting out in the counterclockwise direction. Will we see a mothership core again? Most likely. Down over here, you can see that the spawning pool is already in play. And now we are going into that hatchery, so it is going to be a pool hatch this time around. Still no gas, so it looks like Hyun still looking to go for a very, very economic game. Now, what is Tarra going to reveal here? Coming up the ramp, he's going to realize that his opponent has spawned directly south of him. And I don't know if you can have quote-unquote ally spawns. One thing I did want to note is I believe this map is a new type of template. It looks like a Protoss space station map as opposed to, say, the Terran space station maps. And it does give definitely a new type of look and feel in the game as the probes now still wandering around. All right, off over here, Queen now being trained, about 2/3 of the way done. Queen most likely will be trained here in just a moment as well. Units are still just trying to figure out where the other opponent is, as the walking distance between north and south, I guess, is fairly large. One Zealot on the ramp, will it be able to head off any Zerglings trying to get up there? That will be the key question, as we now see a third base coming in from Hyun. More importantly, Tarra does know about this third base here, and that is going to come for a very interesting story. Stalker now gets the shot off here, and we are going into a 4-gate strategy with a mothership core coming in as well. So the mothership core has already arrived, and the mothership core, I have heard, is a very good offensive unit if you can get the unit there in time. Mothership core does move rather slowly, but one additional benefit about the mothership core is that the mothership core can give energy to the other units, so that it recharges up to maximum. So that means sentries that are normally trained early on can be very effective, as we now see a Stalker now trying to push in here. Army composition, a much, much larger composition of Zealots and Stalkers coming in, as a Queen now being forced to pull back. What's going to be happening here? Drones are trying to come in and engage, getting in some easy shots onto those units. One Zealot going to be fighting up against some drones, getting in some easy shots. Another drone now taken down. A pylon now coming in as well. The Zealot does get destroyed here, but it looks like reinforcements could be coming in at any moment. Production tab should be showing a whole round of Zealots coming in here in just a moment. No, it is going to be Stalkers. Lots and lots of Stalkers, and no surround at all. And the Stalkers will be able to recharge those shields. Those Zerglings are going to be in a little bit of a problem there. The mothership core just going to stay close to home now and instead engage against, as the Stalkers are trying to engage against those Queens. Fighting on creep, very difficult, as there needs to be Zealots. Zealots now finally being added. And with the mothership core at home, even the Zerglings can simply ignore this attack. Stalkers are now looking to engage again. Units coming in from the back. Another Stalker does get taken down. And it looks like Tarra's trying to just push back all of these Zerglings here. 35. Supply versus 42. Zealots still coming in. Harvester count is 19 to 25. This 4-gate very aggressive. One stalker looks like it will get taken down here as the Zerglings still trying to reinforce. 22 Zerglings now about to hatch. Drones coming over. And what is going to be happening here? We need to see perhaps a force field on the ramp to limit some of those Zerglings. The Zerglings coming out in pairs as opposed to all at the same time, which is going to cause a lot of problems as drones and now Zerglings are getting taken down as a new wave of units looking to come in. We are now at 20 drones compared to 17. The hatchery looks like it may fall here as a new round of Zealots still coming in. All right, the hatchery now down to what, 16 or... Sorry, 600 some odd hit points, now down to 200, 100. It looks like it will fall. There it goes. All of those broodlings now trying to make their way in, trying to do a really last-ditch counterattack here. Zealots were unable to really get away as they are getting surrounded, but the Stalkers, while the main DPS still sticking very closely together and pulling back together and picking off units one at a time. More Zealots look to re-engage here. A Queen may get taken down. No, the Zealots are now making their way for the third base as one Stalker does get stuck. You cannot have those units fall pretty needlessly at this point. A Zergling may try to make their way in. Stalkers are still trying to get away, as well as the Stalkers are now more reinforcing over here. So getting in a little bit more attacks. The Stalkers and the Zerglings still battling it up. One Stalker now trying to dance to the back as the higher hit point ones now get into the front. A beautiful play. Zealots now slicing and dicing at this hatchery. This pylon looks like it will fall, but the damage has already been dealt, as the Stalkers are now getting into position perhaps to strike again. All right, it looks like all of these Zerglings are now going to try to make their way forward. Where is that Mothership Core, and does it have any kills? It does not have any kills at this point, as we may see some deaths on some Spine Crawlers. Zerglings, Queens now and falling as well. There goes that Queen. Now drones now trying to engage again. Are these units going to perhaps run up the ramp? This hatchery looks like it will be falling apart in just a moment. No reinforcements, and there is now only one Zealot here. So 3 Zealots coming into position. Is the Mothership Core going to make much of a difference? Yes, the Purify now zapping away all of those Zerglings, getting in 6, 7, 8 kills, 9 kills, 10, 11, wow, 12. How long does this last? It lasts 25 seconds, enough for about 20 attacks, I believe, and able to clean up all of those Zerglings. And that Mothership Core really effective at defending the main base from any possible Zergling run-by, which we did see. All right, the Spine Crawler with that very long extendo reach attack, as we see Hyun now down to 23 supplies. Zerglings and drones really grouping together. The Spine Crawler is the main source of DPS, and it is going to fall here. Drones and Zerglings not enough to really fend off this attack, and I do believe that Tarra is going to take this game. But what happened here? One probe is all that is left, and this probe, will it be able to survive? Now trying to run away. There is still enough resources here, and all that the Mothership Core needs to do is get into... Wow. Alright, so Hyun saying, good game, well played. The Mothership Core has another round of Purify, or I believe we'll have another round of Purify momentarily. These Zerglings would not have been able to clean up. These drones all going to get taken down, and that is the GG. So, Game 2 going to Tarra in this series. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.